Marc Marquez is a huge figure in MotoGP, but in this video we're going to take a look at our top 10 moments right from 125 up until the latest 2017 season for the incredible career of Marc Marquez. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy today's video. For number 10, we have the feud that he had with Italian Valentino Rossi. The young Spaniard has had many great battles on track and also some off track with his idol, but the pair have had some, like I said, great on-track battles. Qatar, where Marc Marquez then got a win, and also this one on screen now in Laguna Seca. However, more recently, their relationship has turned a little bit frosty with some major incidents. This one on your screen, Assen, then also Argentina when they had a coming together and Marc ended up crashing out of the race, and then also that famous Sepang clash that ruined any hope of the 10th title for Valentino Rossi after he had to start the Valencian Grand Prix from last position after that coming together. Now, throughout Marc's MotoGP career, he has had to take part in many flag-to-flag races, and we've seen many riders like Valentino Rossi, Jorge Lorenzo, they've lost races in these scenarios. However, Marc Marquez, he likes to take risk, and risk is what he took. In Sachsenring 2016, he also took the risk in Brno by taking a bike out with slick tyres on the thinnest of lines, which was dry, and 9 times out of 10, Marquez always wins these scenarios. So Marc Marquez is an incredible rider when it comes to flag-to-flag, and that's why his flag-to-flag races are number 9 on our list. Marc's debut season in MotoGP was amazing in so many ways, but the biggest one was that he was the youngest winner in MotoGP, not only to win a race, but also to win the World Championship. Marc won the 2013 American Grand Prix at Austin at just 20 years, 2 months and 5 days old. He then went on to take the title that same year, and he became the second youngest, well, the second rookie in the MotoGP history to win a World Championship. So that's pretty impressive from Marc Marquez. For number 7, we have the Australian Grand Prix, and I mean, it's fair to say that all Australian Grand Prix recently is always a good race, but the 2015 one was an exciting race, not only for the battles on track, but also the championship was at stake between Valentino Rossi and Jorge Lorenzo. Now, that weekend, Valentino Rossi accused Marc of helping Lorenzo in the championship. However, on Sunday, you know, when the race took place, there was 52 overtakes, all high speed, adrenaline pumping, and Jorge Lorenzo basically took the lead of that Grand Prix and had a very, very strong gap as he started the final lap of the race over Marc Marquez. However, Marc never gave up, as he always does. He never gives up, and on the final lap he was able to pull back that 1-2 second gap that Lorenzo had and make the move at MG corner to then take the win, and also setting the fastest lap right at the end of the race on what you would say very used tyres at the hot Australian country. Number 6, Marc Marquez is obviously known for his fair share of crashes. Let's be honest, he does crash a lot. However, he also does like to save them, and one of the biggest ones is this one that you're about to see here, the championship winning save, the one that he took at Valencia. He just got the lead, and then he basically saved it on his elbow. He saved the championship on his shoulder, and also he's pulled off some incredible saves. Assen that you just saw, Sepang, and also Brno in 2016. The 2014 season was looking a little bit dead, let's be honest, because, you know, it was had that little bit of F1 feel when one rider and team dominated the, you know, the championship, and it was looking just a little bit dead because Marc Marquez in the first half of the season got 10 wins in a row, starting from Qatar and right up until Indianapolis, and he had many exciting races. The Indianapolis one was quite good as well, and in the end it was his teammate Pedrosa who stopped his streak in the Czech Republic Grand Prix. Now, Marc's debut season was incredible, and that's why it's number 4 on the list, because during that season he scored 6 wins, 16 podiums, 9 pole positions, and also 334 points, where he was able to then take the title at the final round of the season. And them stats for a rookie is impressive and shows how good of a rider Marc Marquez is. Now, during the intense 15-minute qualifying session, Marc Marquez's Honda broke down on the main straight at the circuit of the Americas. He then hopped over the pit wall, sprinted his way down the pit lane, got on his second bike before then going out for one single flying lap. At the time of the breakdown, as you saw briefly at the top of the screen, Marc Marquez was at top of the timing sheet. He then dropped down to P7 before giving it all he had on the second bike and was able to take pole position at that weekend. Now, it's fair to say that during the early career of Marc Marquez, he was a very aggressive rider, because in Phillip Island 2012, after the session had finished, Marc Marquez had a serious collision with Ratapak Wheelairot, and then also he then went into Valencia after winning the championship in Phillip Island and had this collision with Simone Corsi in practice, which meant that Marc Marquez had to start from last position. Now, that didn't stop him, because by the time he got through turn 3, he was already in P13 and then went on to win the Grand Prix by just 1.2 seconds ahead of Julien Simon and Nicolo Torol. And if that doesn't kind of say, you know, how good of a rider he is, because back then he started 33rd, there was 33 bikes on the grid, and he went on to win the Grand Prix in very tricky conditions. Now, Marc Marquez went into the 2010 125 Portuguese Grand Prix with a chance of winning the World Championship. However, things got a lot harder for the Spaniard, because on his way round to the grid, he basically crashed on the outlap and damaged the bike. The whole team jumped on board to try and get the bike, you know, back out onto the track, and miraculously the Red Bull IO Motorsport team was able to send Marquez back out on the circuit, who then fought his way to the front, had a bit of a battle with Torol and Smith on their Bancaja Aspar bikes before then winning the Grand Prix and taking the 2010 125 World Championship. So there we go. That is our top 10 for Marc Marquez. If you guys have enjoyed, smash the like and hit subscribe. If you have any moments that you thought we missed out, make sure you leave them down in the comments below and we will look through them. So until then, thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.